Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today we're in the backyard and we're going to do a backyard garden tour. So let's just get the camera turned around and show you what's going on in the backyard. And we live on the Oregon coast in a zone 9A and it is the middle of July. It's actually July 22nd. You'll see this on July 23rd. So it's heading towards the end of the month. We'll start the tour on the back porch. So our pots are looking fantastic. The fuchsias are popping open. Really fun. Just a different kind of fuchsia with the long bloom. Nice long tubular bloom that hummingbirds like. Dusty Miller, we've got some grass in here, Barcopa, really fun. The jellyfish planter that I did is doing okay. I wasn't expecting miracles. You know, we had this very discounted clematis that we potted up in here, and it's doing all right, but certainly the sparkling amethyst superbena is looking fun and filling in. Then these pots are just super fun, really wild. This is the Proven Winner Superbena Pink, and man, it is just taken over. And then this is a Purple Alyssum, and then these are not Proven Winners, and you could see the vigor of a Proven Winner plant compared to just Calibrachoas by some random brand. All right, so then we've got the White Alyssum in here, along with, this is the Super Bell's Black Currant Punch, and this is the Helichrysum, the Augustifolia. Really fun. The pond, all of the plants in the pond have filled in beautifully this year. Of course, we've got tons of heuchera in bloom. The carex is all just draped over the edge of the pond. It looks so pretty. And, you know, fern. And this is the American wisteria, which is finally getting some bulk to it this year. It is a very slow growing wisteria. This is the screen that goes on in our pond in the evening to keep the bears and birds out of there, because we do have goldfish, but they're probably down a little deeper because it's the evening now. All right, let's get up into the garden itself. If you remember, I pulled out my peas several weeks ago and they were all in bloom. Well, they went to fruit in the little glass jar, so I thought I would just let them dry up and I could collect the seeds and plant those next year. May as well, right? They're pretty close to being ready to just harvest, but the fruits are still kind of soft, so I'll wait for that. All right. So directly ahead of us is the moon garden. We are not going to go into the moon garden tonight. You can watch for that video tomorrow on Monday. But I wanted to show you this shade container. This is the trio that we planted a couple of weeks ago with the fuchsia, the impatiens, and the creeping Jenny. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I am loving it, and I was sad that these full blooms fell off of it today, so I missed the opportunity to show you what these guys look like in bloom. But I kept the spent bloom just to show you. We've got Crocosmia in full bloom, and I just love how it looks against that midnight mini vista and the white snapdragons in the back. Just really fun, colorful corner right here. The butterfly garden is doing pretty good. The oregano is just starting to color up, you can see here. And all of this is oregano, so it'll be all full of purple blooms in no time at all, and the bees And pollinators absolutely love, love, love the oregano. And then we also put some dill in here this year, which is doing really well. And of course, we've got our stone crops there, and they always look great. All right, so then we have these pots that we planted up. They're looking really good. I just trimmed back the escallonia to kind of keep it in that sphere so that all of the flowers can pop. Isn't that dahlia just so cute? I can't wait because there's a whole bunch coming up, but I'm noticing a bunch of slug damage, which means I need to treat this plant. Begonias are doing good in here. More osteospermum. I like this osteospermum. It has like this different, so it comes up like this, like a daisy look, like you would expect. But then it starts forming this inner petal thing. This one has a better example. It kind of reminds me of the poodle skirt dahlia. All right, we still have oxeye daisies in here. They're getting pretty tired and I need to cut them back, but I wanted to show you guys how they looked for now. Very cottage garden look. The sunflowers are doing good, and these are the eggplants and cucumbers that we planted in here, I think just about a week ago, and basil. So there's not a whole lot of growth on there yet, but they're doing fine. Panning over here, the cannas are putting on tons of growth. I don't know if they'll bloom or not. It doesn't get very hot here for that, but maybe. And then we've got these. Aren't they so sweet? Oh, just love these flowers. They're so pretty. I'm probably going to transplant them out of this pot and let them have a big patch somewhere, but I can't decide where. And then I need to transplant these, what are these? Columbine, to the front yard. And their seed heads are just starting to dry up, so I can use those seeds and spread them around a little bit more. So these front pots, including the juncus back there, will all go away. And then if I could get these cannas to bloom, I'm hoping to just sort of keep this area with containers of canna. We have to keep containers here and not plant in the ground because our septic tank is right in this area. So whenever that has to get pumped, I have to take off the pavers, move all the mulch out of the way so they can get down into the ground there. You remember I cut my honeysuckle back to the nubs this spring. Full growth, but I'm just now starting to get buds on it. And usually by this time it's in full flower. So it took a minute to rejuvenate, get its height on there, and now it's finally starting to get a few buds. Right, pop over here. Can you believe these pansies are still going wild? These are the skeleton mix violas that we planted in October. I'm finally starting to see a little mildew on here. Maybe that means that they're going to start going down. I have no idea. I am just shocked at... I cut them back about a month ago so that they weren't trailing, and I cut them down so they were just a nice big bush. And there they are. They're just going crazy. This is Spencer's little garden. It looks adorable. So cute. We got a couple of snapdragons that we grew from seed that are budding up, which is super fun. This was a Super Bell's grape punch, and it didn't like this spot. I don't know. It's getting eaten. I can't tell by what because nothing else is getting eaten. I don't know. But the Barcopa looks good, and I can't remember what these are. I think maybe Centinella. These have been blooming for months and months. They look fantastic. And of course, this hosta. This is the second year that hosta's been in the ground. It's about to bloom. This is one of the fragrant hostas, which is always lovely, and why we planted this one up close to the garage door opposed to downstairs where most of our houses are. And then he's got a couple of annuals in here that are just a little bit of sparkling pink in there. There's bellflower and a calibrachoa. All right. Then our lamb's ear has been in bloom. It's actually time to go ahead and deadhead them. They're done. I just cut them all the way down to the base of the plant down here and let these guys grow. Shade garden pretty much hasn't changed. Those lamb's ears we transplanted this spring, and they bloomed, so they're happy in their new space. Haven't moved forward on the greenhouse, but we're expecting to do some big work on that this coming week. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed and checking back on our channel, because we will be building more of the greenhouse and actually look like something happening going up. We're building up soon this week. All right, so then well, let's just pop into this garden here. In this garden, so I have some rhubarb here that's really being challenged. First of all, it got too much sun and burned. And then the dog came through, even though this pot is here, blocking this hole from, the end of the pot to this fence. She squeezed through here and jumped over it and broke a bunch of stuff. So this is the back of a fence, or the back of a bench that we had that the bottom rusted out, but it makes an adorable little garden art / keep the dog out / trellis piece right there. So that's what we've decided to do with it for now. We have a huge raspberry patch, and we've had more raspberries this year than we've ever had. I'm out here every day picking ripe, beautiful, tasty raspberries. You can see all the red on here. Those are all ready to be harvested tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Some of them are huge. Look at that. So pretty. The strawberry towers are doing really good. We've gotten a lot of strawberries off of them this year. And then the potatoes are doing well. I've already pulled some potatoes out of here. They are getting ready to be fully harvested. When they start looking like this, just sort of tired, they're ready to get pulled up. This side looks a little bit more worse for wear than this side. I don't know. But I have just kind of dug up underneath there and picked out. In the back, we have some purple potatoes, and we've pulled those up and cooked them. Yummy and tasty. All right, so over here, these are our rhododendrons and camellia. Of course, those are not in bloom this time of year, but we do have a butterfly bush that has so many buds on it, and you could see them starting right here. So that'll be really fun really soon. And then I don't know if you could tell, but that shrub that's kind of mounded up there is an escallonia, and it is in bloom, like really in bloom. You see all the pink flowers all over it. The hummingbirds love that shrub as well. They kind of hide in it, and they're kind of all around it all day long. But more than that, there are a million bees all over it. All right, scanning over here. Oh, there's a hummingbird over there. I wonder if I could catch it on the crocosmia. Can you see that? So sweet. On the red flowers over there. Oh, there it is. Now she's in the butterfly bush. There she is. Oh, it's adorable. All right, let's go ahead and pop over there and take a closer look. Behind the bench that we built this spring are tons of gladiolas getting ready to bloom. Look at those. Aren't they beautiful? That one is so tall. I mean, it is in a raised bed, but it's still like 4 foot tall, which is really fun. It's going to be really fun to have a bank of gladiolas right behind there. This spring we had a whole row of red tulips, which was really fun to see. All right, so we've got the raspberries over here. Over on this side, we've got another butterfly bush, and it's already starting to color up. Lots of color on it. Strangely, all in the back in the shaded side is more color, but you could see all kinds of buds up there, which is going to be great. And then this is a pincushion flower that we grew from seed. I think I have a mix of black and white ones in here, but we'll see when it's open. There's definitely 2 different kinds. This one is kind of cone shaped, and then this one is, I don't know, a little bit different. So that'll be fun to see. And then we have all of our crocosmia. Isn't that beautiful? It's just a big swath of crocosmia. This was here when we moved in, and I'm constantly pulling it from in front of the gate. It will migrate out here, but it makes, you know, the walkway super narrow, and it's in your face when you're trying to come out the door, because this is like at my shoulder. So it's, you know, when this one tries to come over here, it's at my eye level. So really don't want them, you know, over here in the doorway. So I'm we put up a string, we put up a bungee cord, we do what we can to keep them corralled over that direction. And then we've got these adorable planters. They're still doing really well. Certainly did better in the spring. None of those are proven winners, so they do require deadheading. And we haven't really been back there to do that recently. But still lots of color, so fun to see. And last but not least, we have more violas. Now, I understand they are getting really, you know, tired. They're definitely getting tired. And then, okay, we have hummingbirds fighting. All right. But, okay. But still, oodles and oodles of color. These got planted in October. I'm just baffled at how well this mix is done. I know I say this every time we have a backyard garden tour, but it's just like, wow, they're still going. The honeysuckle that we transplanted is looking pretty good. No blooms on this one yet either. The Crimson Queen maple that we planted out here looks great. And then our little patch over here is looking pretty good. All right, so I've decided that this month, it's July, and next month in August, I'm going to break up our garden tours even further. In the winter and early spring, late fall, I usually do a full garden tour all the way around the house, right? And then come summer, we start breaking it up. May, June, start breaking it up, front yard, backyard garden tours, because there's so much going on. And right now I feel like there's even more going on. So I want to share the lower garden with you, and the Mediterranean herb garden, and the front yard, all kind of separate, and the moon garden as well, for a couple of reasons. One is there's so much going on. And 2 is this time of year when I'm watching garden channels, which yes, I watch lots of YouTube garden channels, and I glean a lot of information from them and tons of inspiration, which is what I hope that I do on my channel, is inspire you to get in your garden and try new things and, you know, just enjoy your life out there. But I find that those 30, 40, hour-and-a-half long garden tours of even my favorite channels is just too much for me this time of year. Like, I want a 15-20 minute shot of inspiration, and then I want to get in my garden. So because that's what I want, and I believe in promoting the things that I, you know, if it was me, if I was the customer, if I was watching this channel, I would prefer to watch a 15-20 minute video over an hour-long video this time of year. In the winter time, I will sit and watch garden tours all day long because I don't want to get in my garden. It's cold and it's raining, and I'm not just going to hang out in my garden today. I'd rather watch inspirational videos of beautiful garden tours. This time of year, if it's a long video, I want to be learning something. I want to learn how to do something this time of year because I want to get in my garden and I want to do something. So with that in mind, I've decided I'm going to break up my garden tours so that you are just getting like quick doses, quick inspiration, and I hope that, you know, helps you to be inspired. So that's going to be it for today's video. We'll do a moon garden tour tomorrow, so make sure you, you know, on Monday, to make sure that you subscribe and like and share with your fellow gardeners or people you want to inspire, because I would love to continue growing my channel in that way. But on Monday, it's all about the moon garden, and this week we're going to do a daylight moon garden tour, and then I'm hoping to also get a nighttime moon garden tour here very soon, so stay tuned for that as well. And then in the next coming week, we'll do another tour of the lower garden and the herb garden. And then we have a fun public garden that we're going to share with you next week. So make sure you stay tuned next Sunday. We'll have a public garden to share. And then we'll go into the front yard here at the house to share with you what's going on out there. Because, oh my gosh, there's so much in bloom out there right now. It's kind of hard for me to not just like run out there and show you some of those things too. So if you're not following me on Instagram, just find the Gardens and Graveyards channel on Instagram, and sometimes I'll pop up pictures of, you know, what's actually going on right in this moment in the garden, because sometimes our tours are too far and few between to like get every single flower that blooms, right? So make sure you're following me there. Make sure you're subscribing here on YouTube. And we hope that you're celebrating your life. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.